Well, guys, it finally happened. I got bit by the YouTube bug. I can't say it's the first time I've been bit by the YouTube bug, because technically my first YouTube channel ever I started back in like 08, I think it was. I used to sit in my room all day and make airsoft videos. So I'd make reviews and shooting tests and collection videos and stuff like that, and I really enjoyed doing it. I was jamming on Windows Movie Maker at the time, and I had just this little silver camera. I don't even know what it was, but my dad had it, and he used to slide double A's up in the bottom, and I don't know, but it came out all right. So maybe one day I'll share that. But yeah, so here I am. It's been 10 years later now. I'm picking the torch up again. So I've never really been like a huge fan of like vlogging things and recording things the whole time I'm doing them, and things like that. But I have been a big fan of watching those type of things and people's build threads and things. I've always loved build threads and showcasing progress of stuff I'm working on, how it's going, and what I'm going to do. So I guess this is my newest iteration of that. I don't really know a whole lot about it as far as like video editing and stuff like that goes. I'm a total rookie. So I guess that's going to be a new hobby of mine, which God knows I did not need another one of those. But yeah, so I'm just going to be putting up stuff here as often as I can. I got a lot of cool stuff going on in my life that could be relevant to showcase to you guys. So hopefully somebody might find it interesting. And yeah, I've got the blog for the van that I've been working on for the past year or so, and that's been a lot of fun. So I got a little bit of history in just kind of showcasing my work, and it's something that I've always found exciting. So yeah, that's kind of the plan with this, and hopefully somebody enjoys it. So adding to the fact that I know virtually nothing about video editing softwares and camera setups and vlogs and all that type of thing, I decided to forget the ways of old and grab me something decent. So this is being recorded on it's a GoPro Hero 7 Black, because I did, as I always do when I jump into new things, I did a ton of research to find out what would work best for me. And the stabilization on these things is insane. I'm actually in the car right now, obviously, on a relatively bumpy road, so hopefully it looks pretty sick. After watching all the videos and like some reviews on these things, I was like, alright, that should be more than I ever need, especially since drifting will be a huge part of this channel. So it'd be versatile. I can sit here and talk to it and not be shaking your head off, and then just strap it to the roll bar and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to what this thing will allow me to do, and I'm really excited to kind of stretch its legs and kind of learn what works best for me and really start putting out some pretty sweet stuff. So looking forward to that. So with this being my first video, I decided it'd be a good idea to just kind of let everybody who doesn't have any idea who I am know who I am, and what I have going on and what to expect and things like that. So yeah, my name's Tyler, if you haven't figured that out already. I'm 24 and I live in a currently freezing cold North Carolina. So that could change at any moment because the weather here is like ridiculous and really sporadic. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna hop on the old swing here, get some stabilization testing going. Hopefully this looks good. I literally have no idea. I just got back to the house from picking this thing up. But yeah, so it's kind of funny how everything kind of ties together for me. Like I was saying, I had an airsoft channel, and that's kind of where I think everything started. It's weird. I was playing airsoft in my buddy's backyard in high school, and I saw a go-kart. It was just laying there on its side, neglected, and I was like, hey man, you gotta let me get this thing. Like, I need this go-kart. I was just super fascinated by it. And it took like 3 weeks of persuading for him to sell it to me. I don't know why. But Dad and I went over there and brought it home, and he showed me how to clean the carburetor. And ever since that day, I've been fascinated by taking things that are broken and dirty and going from old and busted to new hotness. So I would come home from high school and pop my earbuds in and let that thing warm up and then just rip around town for hours. Like, I would go so much farther than than my mom would have liked to have me go. But anyways, yeah, so that now I just work on big boy go-karts. So like I said, drifting is my passion, and it's something that I've really begun to love to do. And the race car's not here today, but you will see that very shortly, plenty of it. So yeah, it's kind of come around full circle. I figure I'll show you guys my little setup here since we're on the topic. So as you can see, well, I guess let's get this out of the way. It's gonna be a channel superstar here. That's Risa, girls. Say something cool. There it is. The destroyer of all things. No, she's not that bad, but she actually broke hourglass earlier and spilled the sand all over my room, so that's awesome. Gotta love cats. But yeah, so this is my little setup. I picked up all this stuff for $300 on Facebook. I was gonna wait until Black Friday because it's coming up in a few days, but I really didn't think I could beat the deal this guy had going. So I got the Hero 7 Black, like I said, with the hyper smooth stabilization, which is super sick. It gave me a mic adapter and then a little charger port thing with 2 batteries, so that's cool. I got the frame here, a couple mounts, nothing crazy, and then I believe these are just like a couple CPL filters, stuff like that to help with glare and things. Yeah, a lot of learning to do, but yeah, so that's kind of the setup. And now that we know what we're working with, I guess I'll show you guys the fleet. So first up, we have the daily, old reliable. This is my 92 Honda Civic VX, base model, D15, barely even gets out of its own way slow, fuel saving box of awesomeness. I mean, literally I cannot complain about a single thing about this car. Well, I guess besides how slow it is, but that's fine. That's totally fine, because I mean, I put maybe $15 in this thing every 2 weeks. Literally, I mean, I've driven it, 5 hours each way to Georgia and back, loaded down with an entire body kit for my coupe in it. I pulled the rear seats out, pulled the passenger seat out, and just shoved a bunch of fiberglass stuff in there. It's amazing what this thing will fit. So yeah, it would take a lot for me to get rid of this car, honestly. Like, I've never been a Honda guy, much less a front wheel drive guy, but this thing has been incredible. So if you don't have one, get one. Next up, we have the Tank, big old girl. It's not called the Tank. I don't know why I said that. I don't really name my vehicles, although they are feminine, every time it's always her and she. But yeah, so this is my 2005 Chevy Express van. It's a 3500 extended with the 6.0 and the 4L80 trans. So it's a big girl, and it's great at towing. It's fantastic for everything I've needed it to do. As you can see, it came with the factory option GMC peeling paint, as they all do. But it's not much to look at on the outside, but it's what's on the inside that counts. So let's take a step inside here, see what we got going on. So initially when I filmed this, I hopped inside the van and kind of gave a good look around, kind of a tour of everything I have going on in there. But then I realized, A, this is going to make the video way too long, and B, I'd rather split that up into a series of the van build. So I think off the bat I'm going to do kind of a drift car Road to Pro 2 kind of series, and then we'll have a van build series as well, to kind of coincide with the blog of the van, and just kind of keep that as a whole nother side to the channel. So if you guys are into van builds and stuff like that, you can check that out, and we should have more videos on that coming really soon. So now that you guys have seen what I work on, I'm going to show you where I work on it. This is my humble little workshop. Amber and I have had this house for about 6 months now, and when we bought it, I was super stoked about this. So basically what we have here is, this was a one-car garage. It was all brick wall. You can see the original ceiling up there, just a one car. And there was, along this line in the floor, there was a brick wall there too. So when we looked at the house, I was like, yeah, you're gonna need to get rid of that, so I actually have space to work. But yeah, this was like a wood workshop side of things that they added on. So I don't know if you can see up there, but there's a roof that goes up over that roof there, so they just added on. So it ended up pretty sweet with the wall knocked out. You know, I can get the car in here and have it on jack stands with the hood open and don't have to worry about hitting anything. They had to put this gigantic beam in here because I guess the wall they took down was structural, so that kind of blows, but still works. One thing I forgot to mention earlier was grew up riding BMX like every other drifter. It seems like you either skated or rode bikes, but sadly this old girl has been neglected for the past couple months because, you know, race car and van things and life happens. So yeah, got the Honda mower because all Honda everything now. But seriously though, their small engine stuff is amazing, so I've been trying to collect as much of it as possible. I also have a weird thing about like my stuff being the same, so like schemes and brands and things like that. So like my broom here, I got that one, it's black and yellow, so I had to get the deck brush black and yellow. I hooked up the shovel and the rake black and yellow. Yeah, Wiz Khalifa would be proud. But yeah, so now you've kind of seen the fleet minus the race car, obviously. I guess you'll just have to hang out and watch the next video to get a look at that thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really setting out to be some kind of superstar or vlogger or anything crazy like that, but I guess we'll see where this goes. I just, you know, I kind of like build threads and showing people what I got going on and how it's going, so hopefully this will turn into something sweet.